Good morning, student. Today we continue the next topic of our chapter number 12, that is consumer protection. In the last videos we discussed about the rights and responsibility of a consumer. Now we take some examples of products signs that should be considered before buying of any product, so that the consumer will be aware about the safety norms. The first is that is ISI. The first is ISI mark is there. ISI mark, that is ISI mark जो रहेगा वो हमारा जो मार्क रहता है दैट इज़ फॉर ऑन इलेक्ट्रॉनिक गैजेट्स और इलेक्ट्रिकल appliances that make the surety that the product is free from electric shocks. The next one is FPO. FPO sign is on food products that will be completely tested before consuming by the consumer. The next sign is encircle में है यहाँ पर, that is for the agricultural product. This is the sign for agricultural product. This is the sign where you see a pot is there, earthen pot is there. जैसे हिंदी में क्या हो गया, ये घड़ा बना हुआ है. That is for eco-friendly product which never pollute the environment. These are the sign of eco-friendly product, that they are made from eco-friendly material which do not affect the environment purity. Okay, this is ISI mark. See again. This is the ISI mark which is on electronic gadgets. And the last sign is about jewelry. A sign में है ये. That is for hallmark. Hallmark is fix the identity and the purity of the material. This is called hallmark. This is on basically on gold jewelry, diamond jewelry and white gold jewelry. It gives the purity of the product and provide the surety to the consumer. So for buying the jewelry we have to be check out the hallmark sign. For electronic gadgets we have to see ISI mark. Agriculture product given by the Bharat Sarkar, yani Government of India. FPO, that means food products which are consumed by the consumer as a eatable. Okay. The next come to the topic, page number 379. There is a definition about consumer. The question arises, who is consumer? That is your 1 mark question. The next question that we discussed today is about who can file a complaint. Sometimes this is of a 1 mark to 3 mark question, and this is 1 mark question in your examination. So the first definition is about who is consumer. A consumer is generally understood as a person who uses or consumes goods or avails of any service. Under the Consumer Protection Act, consumer is defined as any person who buys any goods for a consideration. किसी भी पैसों के लिए जो सामान खरीदा जाएगा वो क्या होगा, कंज्यूमर which has been paid or promised or partly paid or partly promised. That means अगर payment partly में भी है तब भी वो consumer ही रहेगा उस product का. Or under any scheme of the deferred payment. Deferred payment, when you give the payment in the future date, that is called deferred payment. It includes any user of such goods when use is made with the approval of the buyer, but doesn't include a person who obtained good or for the resale of any commercial purposes. That means if you are buying any second-hand good, then you are not under the category of consumer. For being a consumer, you have to buy the product for the first time. First time means यहाँ पे you are the first user of the product. For an example, if I buy a Maruti Suzuki car for a showroom, then I am the consumer. But when I buy a used car from the market and something is problem in the engine, then I can never sue a case against the company if the company fails or reject to correct the error or to rectify the mistakes in the engine. So, to be a consumer, I have to be a first user of the product. Any person who hires or avails any service for consideration which has been paid or promised or partly paid and partly promised or under any system of deferred payment. It includes any beneficiary of services. Such services are availed or with the approval of persons concerned, but doesn't include a person who avails of such services for any commercial purposes. For an example, if I buy a car and I use this for my personal level, then I am a consumer. But if I buy a car and I will run a tourist company in which I run that car as a taxi, then I am not a consumer at that time because my vehicle is using as a commercial purposes. The next topic is about who can file a complaint. Consumer कौन है ये तो पता चल गया. अब कौन सा जो है ऐसा पर्सन है जिसके पास राइट है केस करने का. द फर्स्ट इज एनी कंज्यूमर, एनी रजिस्टर्ड कंज्यूमर एसोसिएशन, बिकॉज समटाइम द पर्सन इज नॉट get the proper information how to process about their complaint, so he can take the help of the recognized consumer association, the central government or any state government, one or more consumer or a group of consumer which have the same problem with the company, a legal hire or representative of deceased persons. Sometimes we did not get the right kind of medical treatment from the hospitals and the person is deceased, so the next legal hire would take action against the offenders. So this is the topic of today. The next of all we discuss in the next video. Read it thoroughly. Bye bye.